What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is why Europeans call these things American.
We call a lot of things American.
We do, and we say it in our videos all the time, that is so American. And what have we got on the screen?
An American fridge.
We have legit an American fridge, which has been an on-running joke on the channel as well, hasn't it? You've always wanted an American fridge.
When we get a house.
It is. I don't know what route it's going to go down of why Europeans call these things American.
I think it's weird because in the UK at least, we have items that, although like people might say, "Oh, these are so American."
Yeah.
But like in the shop, it literally says American style fridge freezer. That is what it is.
Yeah.
Like American style fridge freezer. That is literally what it says.
I guess it is just a thing.
It's not like just like people like us.
Oh yeah, we don't just say it.
It is just literally people in the shops.
We might just say, like, if we've seen somebody have like a bit of string cheese
Oh, that's
in
so
a
American.
can, we're like, oh my god, that's so American.
But
just because we don't have
some
it
of these
over here.
products are actually called American styled.
Literally.
Something.
So,
Or like in the restaurants, American styled.
diner, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, no, definitely. And I guess it's just stuff which you see.
But they don't have British stuff. Like British
Yeah.
refrigerator.
Let's have a comment on a British refrigerator over there. I think it's stuff which is a bit different to the UK old days.
Yeah.
But you see it on the movies and it's creeping in and everyone just calls it American. I guess that's the thing. We'll see what this video says. Smash the like button, smash that subscribe button, but seriously, I appreciate it. I mean, he's got a very shiny caption because of that silver. Eyes so shiny. I really just noticed that. And you went
gold. Oh no, silver.
okay, so silver. You ready to get into it?
Sorry.
Why Europeans call these things American? What we got?
American fridge, American bread, American bug attacking our country. Why do we call these things American when for American they don't need that adjective?
Do you know what the comparison
let
is?
us explain.
Chinese. Like we say Chinese food, but in China they don't say I'm gonna order Chinese, do they?
I'm guessing not.
No, but we say, oh, we're gonna order Chinese tonight.
Yeah, but what else do we say is Chinese? Apart from food, we do that with all countries' food.
In fairness, a lot of the stuff we have is Chinese, but we just don't say.
Yeah, and I bet there's a British.
Okay, that wasn't a good one.
Because I bet there's British food all over as well.
Okay, let him explain.
Like, good. I rate the effort there. I do rate the effort.
Hi there, I'm an honest guide here in Czech Republic in Europe.
Czech Republic.
And this is my favorite series we have on our channel, which is cultural differences. And
Just
why do we sometimes...
People are going to be so confused why we just went Czech.
We were trying to guess where we remembered him. What country he's from.
We've seen him before and we was like, oh, we've done this guy before. And you guessed Germany, didn't you? And I guessed Czech Republic.
But what was the first one you guessed?
I did say Poland first, but then I did say Czech Republic.
Polish, isn't it?
I did say Polish, but then I did say Czech Republic.
Or Czech, I think you said.
Oh, and or Czech. But that's a bit of background to our chats before the video starts.
sometimes use the adjective American to things that are not necessarily American. Let me give you a first example, and that would be a fridge. This fridge right here, even though it was made in Korea, is actually American. Or if I want to go buy it, if I go online, I will go into the section or into the aisle that says American fridge.
Yep.
Now, you in US would refer to it as the side-by-side. We call it American, mainly because it's big and because
we
it
just
has
call
the
it American.
side-by-side door. So this we refer to as the American fridge. Because one half of it is fridge, the other half is a freezer. But here's a funny part. This we still refer to as the American fridge. It's in the American fridges aisle. But the top part is only a fridge.
I love that.
The bottom is freezer.
that's
So
a
in
go
US,
word fridge.
We actually refer to this as the French door fridge.
Oh, wow.
French doors are now.
Let us know in the comments, by the way, do you actually refer to it as that? It's just American fridge all around to us, isn't it? A big fridge.
Yeah, I like them
American
ones behind
fridge.
him.
On the left.
I like the ones with the drawers.
Oh, with the drawers,
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
I like
Maybe
them.
one day.
Most popular style of refrigerator, so that demand also brings up the price a little bit.
Samsung, Korean. Samsung, Korean, Korean, Korean.
But it's
So much
American
for America,
fridge. It's
huh?
an American fridge.
Now let's stay with these box-shaped objects that we refer to as American, but let's move from the fridge to a coffin. Yes, if somebody dies here and you want to get them a coffin, you can go to the funeral home and say, I want an American coffin.
I've never heard of that before. Luckily, personally, I've not had to do you know what I mean, buy a coffin. But I've never heard of an American coffin before.
No, I haven't either.
But I'll take his word for it. Because maybe it's a thing.
I've never heard of that.
But
Sure.
I just don't think it's a thing which it's not a day-to-day life thing, is it? A fridge, you can be around someone else's. Oh, I love your American fridge.
Yeah, you don't go around people's coffins.
Yeah, you don't go to a graveyard and go, oh my god, that American coffin. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't see it at a graveyard.
Well, maybe some people have fetishes of digging them up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Now, the difference is that the regular coffin would be cheap and made out of cheap plywood, but the American is like solid, big, and has that opening where you can look at the dead person. Now, in US, you'd refer to that as a casket. I actually didn't know the difference between a coffin and a casket. I thought they're synonyms, but the difference is that this is what a coffin looks like, and this is what a casket looks like.
There you go. Every day's a school day.
To your casket would refer as the American coffin.
Okay.
Now, the only reason I can think of to get an American casket here is if you want to have a funeral with the open casket, which I've actually never attended.
Yeah, I've never attended one.
Or never been to in our country. So I guess that's mainly an American thing. I
think we've asked this a lot. I know we're pausing quite a bit, but I think we've asked this question before. Can't remember the answer. Is that common in America?
I think an open casket is a common.
We see it all the time on like movies, TV shows. I've never seen one in the UK.
I'm not sure.
Let us know how common it is in the comments
Personally,
below.
I don't know if I would feel.
That's something. It is all personal preference at the end of the day. But is it a common thing? Let us know. I guess culture brings a lot into it as well. But let us know in the comments.
Why, therefore, you would go to get an American coffin. Since we're already in the horizontal position, let's move from a coffin to a bed. More specifically, the American bed. You want to wake up like an American movie?
Never heard of this one either.
I'm actually quoting IKEA, the Swedish seller of furniture. And they sell American beds here. I mean, they sell regular beds as well. But what is an American bed? Well, it's a bed with the box spring base. Now, I didn't really know what the differences are, but there's a platform bed and a box spring bed. So the box spring bed we refer to as the American bed. In general, we're usually talking about something that's larger and quite a bit higher. Okay. Now, this is a regular potato, and this is American potatoes. Now, what the hell is that? Well,
I'll tell you what, this video actually started off so promising with the fridge. Just the thing is, these may be completely accurate.
I feel like we're clutching at straws now.
For us, I've never heard.
The UK, I don't think.
Well, it might be. It might be for some people. But I've never heard American potatoes.
Me neither.
Like American cheese in a can. I can
like
kind of get that.
Finglets, like the cheese slices.
Oh, the cheese slices. That is American as well.
We call them American cheese.
Yeah, we call that American. I can get. I've never heard of these. Let us know in the comments if you're from the UK or anything, if you've experienced this, or if anyone said these to you before. Because again, we won't have experienced everything. Probably a lot of things we haven't. So these may be like very popular things. But it'd be interesting on your guys' thoughts.
And also, Europe is such a big place, so.
Exactly. He's from Czech Republic. He's been to a lot of different cultures. It's different everywhere, isn't it?
Yes.
Actually a spice to use for potatoes to make them American. But before these turn into American potatoes, you also have to slice them and put them in the oven because we're making potato wedges. That's what you would call them in US. But we refer to them as American potatoes. And you can even go to the store and get the spices for it that are called American.
Yeah, we just call them wedges.
We just call them wedges.
One of the biggest cultural differences in a supermarket we noticed is that our aisle with cereal is tiny little. This is the only selection we have of cereal. I mean, on the other hand, we have automated robots that just kind of wander around.
What?
This wasn't planned. Anyhow, the aisle is actually much bigger as the sign says, but all of this is just healthy stuff. Like we don't have Fruit Loops or
That's a lot of cereal.
Stuff like that.
It's like
healthy cereal? Since we've already been to the supermarket to get the American potatoes, we also grabbed the American bread. Now, what is that? It's a regular sandwich bread that we usually refer to as the toast bread, but it has American flag all over it because it is much wider and larger in size than...
Czech Republic is just like, they just love America, don't they?
I feel like they're just Americans' little fans.
Because again, I've never seen American bread before.
No, but that looks like normal bread.
Just advertised with an American flag. But you're
yeah,
saying
but
it's
then
a bit
maybe in
bigger.
Czech Republic, their bread is smaller. But that looks like a normal regular slice of bread.
It does. Again, we're going off a British view.
And we would also call that toast bread. Well, we wouldn't. We'd just call it sandwich bread.
It's interesting for this video because you've got a British view from us, you've got the Czech Republic view and potentially other cultures as well. And then we've got, wherever you're from, a lot of Americans as well saying if they think this is accurate as well. It's interesting.
That's definitely
our
normal size
toast bread. I mean, you can clearly see
Yeah,
the
that's
difference,
small.
right? This one is also
That is small bread and milk.
Ours is big.
This
Same as
one,
American.
this is the
Rectangle, not
Czech
square.
one, but not regular Czech European bread. Our
It's a
normal
little bit
bread is
rectangle.
much better and nicer. So this is the American bread. We even have the flag on it and stuff. This is actually a Czech
the packaging.
company that makes it. This specific one is made in Germany, and the company is owned by a Slovak guy who used to be our prime minister. Now, he
Wow.
didn't invent the packaging and the fact that it's an American bread. He actually copied it from an Austrian company, Oetz, that is a family Austrian company that first brought this to our market. Also, they sort of marketed it as an American sandwich bread. So this guy saw it and he copied it. And you Americans are now just like, what?
I'm still like, what?
I'm still like, what?
I thought you guys eat baguette. No, that's the French people with the fridge. Now, the
What?
next one is quite interesting, and it is the American Night. Now, it is the name of a film, of a movie, a French film actually, but it is a term used when you turn day into night. And it was specifically used during photography or filming. First time it was used was in the film Wizard of Oz, and the reason they used these techniques back in the days is because they didn't have good cameras to film during evenings or low lights, so they had to film during the day, later turning it into night. Right now you're looking at me with 2 lights and some daylight, and Hamza can put a filter in the final cut that will turn this day into night. Even if you go on Wikipedia, there's an article about it. In English, it's called day to night. In the other languages, it is called American Night. Now, I actually thought that the term American Night is used because it is...
Again, I'm learning something I've never heard about. And please, honestly, please, I don't want this to come across as us thinking he's completely wrong, because he isn't. It's his culture.
Well,
This is-
you just showed me. You're clearly not wrong. But
Exactly.
Like,
It's his experience.
I feel like this is why it's mad when, like, this is so, it just proves why you can't, like, collect the Europe as a whole.
It's the same with the US,
Because,
isn't it? You can't
like,
put all 50
Europe-
states together.
It's like why Europeans call these things.
Yeah.
It should be why Czech Republicans call these things.
Yeah. Or maybe a couple other countries as
Yeah,
well.
because Europe, clearly, we're so different as well.
Definitely. Definitely.
Like, or unless we're just so completely sheltered.
We might just be sheltered and not know.
But I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that either.
fake because it's pretending to be something that it's not. But that's not the case of American Night. It is the case of the American smile. And I honestly don't know if you would say that as an American, that somebody has an American smile. Probably not. But we say that a lot. And it can mean 2 things. Either your smile is perfect, you have the perfect teeth, perfect smile that almost hurts, it's like cringing. And the other term that I would use it for is that your smile is fake. That I just don't believe you're actually smiling, nor you care how I'm doing. If you still don't
I've heard of
understand
the
what the
Hollywood
American
smile.
smile is, let me show you a
Okay,
Czech
maybe that's
film
a
that
that's
is
maybe
Like,
that's the same
heard of the
thing.
Hollywood smile, and that's like you're faking, like you're an actress. It's because Hollywood, blah blah.
Yeah. I
But,
started a drama, so I hadn't heard of
no,
these.
but like that was like one person, and I feel like maybe she might have made that up.
Maybe. But again, maybe we just please let us know in the comments your thoughts. Again, it's all personal opinions. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
It is interesting.
I just think someone like in the UK, someone were pretending to smile like fake. Someone just you're 2-faced, or someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of American smile.
Well, that's so fake. You just don't
Yeah.
know.
Because I've never heard of American smile, but
I've
it
never heard.
obviously must be a thing.
sort of a parody on the Police Academy where a famous Czech actor explains it.
Americký úsměv.
But it's a Czech actor, isn't it? So it's their culture, I guess.
Zuby. Americký.
Whoa, man, you bought America? That's awesome. Now, what did my friend buy? I know, in our language, if he would call me and he'd say, man, I just bought America, he would be referring to a car. Either an old classic American
They do remind me of
car, like
America, them
Oldsmobile
cars.
or Pontiac or something like that, or simply a big, large car. There's one more thing that you can refer to as America and not use it as an adjective, but as a noun actually. But for that, we would have to go back in time to the communist era when we were behind the Iron Curtain and probably go to see my dad at a university where he would say like, oh man, he has Americas. Can I have one? And obviously they were referring to cigarettes that were very special if somebody...
Wow, again,
I've never heard of that though.
I get it with the cars. I completely get it with the cars.
Yeah, because they're like American cars. We say that, don't we?
American cars.
American pickup truck.
Yeah, you can have American pickup truck, you can have American muscle cars and stuff like that. I get that. Not the cigarettes, it's just a cigarette. But again, I can kind of see it from a Czech Republic, like say, going back to communists and stuff like that, where they had this idea of America and they've kind of... a lot of love for America, and they've gone all these American things, having a cigarette and stuff. But I guess I may be way off the mark with that, but I guess maybe that's why it's influenced it so much.
Yeah, probably. It's probably a good part to play.
Definitely. Let us know in the comments on that. I may be absolutely waffling.
Cigarettes, it was something special, and they would not refer to them as whatever the brand was, but as Americas.
Oh, wow.
America. Now, since we're already back in time, let's go take a look at another American thing, and I believe we have some historical footage.
These clouds are not bringing joy and happiness because they are from the West. With the help of the wind and the clouds, the American imperialists send the Colorado potato beetle onto our country. The father and the son noticed something little on the ground. They leaned down to pick up something from the road.
That's it, the American bug.
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
American bug.
We are so uneducated.
Now, since I did not live during communism and during these horrible propaganda times when people were brainwashed that West is sending this evil creature to destroy our potatoes, I never associated the adjective American with this poor little beetle. But when I asked my parents or even older people, what do they associate American with, they said, oh yeah, during the propaganda times, they would always refer about the beetle as American. That's where the term American bug comes from. Now, last but not least,
okay, that makes sense. Talk about this propaganda, trying to just shine a bad light. That does make sense.
Yeah.
Again, a while ago there wasn't it, which is probably why we've never heard of it.
This topic is the American football.
There we go.
What you call football is not football because you're not using your foot nor a ball to play it. You're actually using
He's going in.
Yeah, but is he wrong?
Object, and you're playing with your hands. Therefore, it should be called hand egg or egg hand. You decide, but not football.
Call it whatever you want.
Refer to your funny game as American football, and our football is what it is. Now, the adjective American usually means good or better or something special. There's even a famous Czech movie,
isn't it?
where the actor is asking another actor, if I put two identical matchboxes in front of you and I would say that one is from America, the United States, which one would you pick? And he says, well, of course, the American, it has to be better.
Jak není něco z USA, tak se to pánům nelíbí.
And I'm curious to ask you Americans, and I know many of you are watching, do you have the same thing with Europe? If something is from Europe, do you consider it to be better quality, better taste, better something? Are there things that you refer to as European that we wouldn't understand why? I actually discussed this with my American cousin. I guess it could be like when they say British tea.
I was just thinking
because
British
we don't walk around saying I'm a British tea, we should have a cup of tea.
But do a lot of people say that? Do they go, oh, I'll get me some British tea, or is it just when we're talking?
Yeah, because you could think that they're talking about iced tea, probably.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Would that not be? Would iced tea not be more common than British?
Probably, because a lot of people don't have kettles, do they? Maybe
or a British, like a full English breakfast.
Oh, it's full English, probably. Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you ever use them, because it must be that.
Brain.
Yeah.
There's butter that they refer to as European, or yogurts, or bread. So I'm curious if there's more things that we would be surprised that you refer to as European. I'm very much looking to the reactions in your comments to today's video. While you're down there, you can subscribe to our channel.
I think that is the end of the video. Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.
It was interesting.
It started off strong and it ended strong.
Just there's a little bit in the middle that I didn't understand.
Which potentially, like I say, potentially is more focused on maybe Czech Republic or countries around there. Every country is different at the end of the day.
Definitely.
I know obviously it's Europeans, but every country is different. We're completely different to France. We're completely different to Spain.
100%.
So it's going to be different opinions. Let us know how many of these you've heard of, whether you agree with us on some of them, whether you don't. Because again, it's just personal opinion. There's no right or wrong here, is there?
No.
Smash that button, smash the subscribe button. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we will see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.